Hey, Grant, how are you doing, man?
I'm all right. How about you?
Doing pretty good, man.
I
got to go fishing. I got to go hang out on open land and got to do some gardening and yard work today. I'm in a good mood. Got my sunshine.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was just giving John a hard time backstage, telling him he's AWOL. I don't know. He was 8 hours ago. He was stuck in traffic live on Facebook. So
that's funny you're saying that. Like, we were just talking about it behind the scenes. We're like, oh, that sucks. He was in traffic, and oh man, that's so miserable. And then the first thing we do is we get on. We're like, man, John's stuck in traffic. He can't get out here.
We go fishing. Right up the window. All right.
Let's see. What's up, Michael P? Good to see you. Wild Japan Dylan, always a pleasure, sir. We go fishing. Check this out. Hey, all, sorry I won't be able to stay for the whole show. I have to introduce the keynote speaker at a bachelorette. I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it bachelorette? Service in a few minutes. However you pronounce that, that is freaking awesome, man. Kudos, congratulations to you. You are a perfect selection for that. I will have you doing the same for me whenever that happens. You'll have to travel. We'll do some fishing.
Yeah.
So what'd you do this weekend?
Trying to get some more stuff planted. Getting more. I got some more seeds ordered Saturday. I got an email they shipped yesterday, so got some more tomatoes and pepper seeds coming. Just staying busy gardening.
You're planting tomatoes now?
Yes.
Nice. I thought it was too late in the season for that.
Oh no, it's never too late, especially for you.
I find that really encouraging. Well, the main problem I have is that like August rolls around and it just torches everything.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, as far as that goes, but yeah, for us, really, the first part of May, into June is peppers and tomatoes, because we just had our, last frost date 3 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. No, our last frost date was like 17, 18 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Like 170 weeks ago or something.
Yeah.
I don't even know. Like, I think we probably get frost like a dozen days a year.
Right.
Hey, Michael P. That was a nice Jack Cavell. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. That my first beach outing this year. No, actually, that was probably, I don't know, the 12th or 15th time that I've been to the beach fishing this year. I want to say it's the first time I've caught a fish because the weather has been just miserable. I filmed a lot. It's not the first fish I caught, but so I had like a camera fail on me in the middle. Like, I caught a shark and the camera failed on me while I was filming. I got audio, no video. So now I've got to like refilm that catch or something in order to finish what is otherwise like a pretty good video. I'm stuck in a really I'll be honest with you. So I haven't had a haircut since like February because I kind of had a little bit of scruff. Like, I was looking kind of rough when I caught that shark. It was a good video. And now I'm like, damn it, I can't get a haircut until I refilm catching the shark, so I at least have that stupid scene so that I can finish this video.
Nobody would even.
I don't know what to do, man. It's embarrassing.
Dang it.
And it's like, I know that's like, I don't know, shady or disingenuous or whatever you want to be. I'm totally going to make fun of myself in the video for it. Like, I'll like joke around about, hey, yeah, so my hair and beard have grown like 3 inches since, the beginning of the day because I've been fishing so hard on that. It doesn't matter. Like, I can make fun of myself. But what I don't feel comfortable doing is, like, as ridiculous as it sounds, I don't feel comfortable like getting a haircut and getting cleaned up. And then how do I explain that in the video? I don't know. If anyone has any suggestions, I would love to hear what you got. And joining us here, we got Terry B. Man, I was just about to call you, Terry. How are you doing?
I'm at Lake Livingston. I just came up to rest for a while, eat some smoked fish, have some mineral water. I'm going to go back down for a kayak sitting right there on the corner of the dock.
Yeah, nice.
Sweet. Looks like a beautiful day.
Needed to do a quick little trip.
What's up, man?
Okay, so this is interesting. Okay, so Dylan had an SD card fail, equally as suck. And then he said, have someone animate it and put the audio over it. That's not a bad idea. That would actually allow me to have a haircut, and I wouldn't have to worry about, like, literally I've been out fishing 4 times in the same shirt and shorts, and I remember, like, the line of dialogue and all of this crap, and I keep doing the same thing in, like, the worst conditions.
Yeah, I need a haircut, too.
A much better solution, Dylan. What's up,
hey,
dude?
Mr. Grant.
How's it going?
All right, man. A little tired out.
You been out there on the lake all day?
Yeah, I got here around 10. I left this morning 7 to 8.
Nice.
Like a 2-hour drive here. Then I messed around to find a camp spot.
Are you doing any fishing, or are you just kayaking? And
Yeah, I went fishing for about 3 hours earlier. The wind was blowing 2-footers with white caps, so I just pitched a little bit and drug a rattle trap behind me and ran my sonar all around so I could find some ledges and some spots to go back and fish when it calmed down.
You're a better man than I went out, we had like 3-4 foot surf, and I was trying to recreate that video I was talking about, and man, I got my ass handed to me, and I ended up like throwing a fit. I was about to throw that rod, walked out of there. I fished it for a good 6 hours before I quit.
Yeah, I got a lash earlier, man. I don't know how many years it's been since I got a lash and had to peel it out and re-spool. I always carry line, man, but I've never had to do it. Well, in a long time. I don't know how many years, man. Even saltwater, I would carry it because a lot of times I would keep cutting line off because a lot of times I tie direct. I'd keep cutting line off because it would get rash and tail whack. So I'd keep my spool would get low, and I'd re-spool at the end of the day when I'd be multi-day. But freshwater, man, I haven't lashed in a long time, man. Some bear skin.
You know, this is interesting. So I have other footage that I could plug into an AI thing. I'll have some fun with this. We'll have a fun time with it. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I do like y'all's suggestions, and that would allow me to get a haircut. Heading to Rockport. Hey, yeah. So I don't know what the conditions are like out there this weekend, but I will keep in touch with you. If you guys hit up pins, we lost Terry. Been there. But yeah, and of course, if it's an open invitation, then I wouldn't mind joining you out there and doing a little bit of fishing. I need to catch a shark. It's been a minute since I've been down at Pins. Pickerel Pilgrim. So the topic of conversation tonight, I got an interesting one. We kind of touched on it the last time, but I'd like to do a full video about this. They found on Padre Island, and this stuff happens all the time, but they found an abandoned boat just drifting around. I think it was an abandoned sailboat somebody had fallen off of or something. I don't know, or it got loose from its mooring and just drifted off or something. And they got rules for what you have to do whenever, like, if you want to claim a boat like that. I don't know what they are because I've never really wanted to claim an adrift boat, as interesting as that can be. But it makes you wonder about some of the stuff that you find out there. And actually, it's like a more detailed and in-depth conversation than you'd think it would be. So I'm kind of curious your thoughts. What would you do if you found one of these treasures while you're out at the beach, out at the lake, you're hiking the river or something like that? I'm curious your thoughts. First off, starting off with an easy one, what would you do if you found a boat? And like, where do you draw the line at like that thing? I don't want to have anything to do with it, or I'm willing to invest some money in that. You ever come across anything like that up your way, Grant?
I have not. Yeah, I'd say, most boats have the registration numbers on them, so it'd be pretty easy to look up whose boat it belonged to.
This is one they found on Padre Island just a while ago.
Just no idea. No numbers on it.
Sometimes there's not. Actually, I came across, it was out on the beach, so a lot of people came across it, but there was a little boat, dinghy that was a total homemade job. It was probably 12, 14 feet long. And it had like a little, the goofiest looking damn trolling motor. It looked like they took the motor off of a lawnmower and they attached all their own stuff to it to make the motor. And they had numbers painted on that thing, like registration numbers. It was from like Cuba or Mexico or something.
Interesting. So what's the legality there?
I think you have to, they do try to track you down by the registration numbers. If they can't get a hold of you for some reason, you are allowed to take it. You have to go and like claim. I think you have to go, and I need to look this up before I even say it, but I believe, to my knowledge, you have to go and report it. And the first person who reports it gets the claim. But then they're also responsible for like leaking oil, the marine environment. I heard a story of a friend of a friend who, after a hurricane, their sailboat got washed up into the bay over here behind Padre Island, and it came to rest in a grass bed. And they were able to track that guy down and tell him, hey, we found your sailboat, because it was tied up at the moorings, and then it was gone after the hurricane. And he's like, oh man, like my boat is gone. I don't know what happened to my boat. So he goes to make the insurance claim, and while the claim is processing, they call him up and tell him, hey, we found your boat. It's stuck up in these grass beds up in the bay. You can come and get it. And he's like, oh, thank God. They found my boat. I got my boat back. And then they told him, like, you can't drag it out of there because that'll damage the grass beds, and that's a protected area. But you have to get it out of there. Like, it's damaging the grass bed. So you have to get this boat out of here. You can't damage the grass beds. He ended up having to hire somebody to go in there with a saw and cut it into pieces and take it out in pieces.
Damn.
So yeah, you come across something like that. You think about it, and this makes it a fun conversation. Like, and there's going to be a couple of options, a couple of different things we'll be looking at here over the course of this conversation. Makes it fun. But just right off the bat, you think, oh, all you have to do is claim it, and you get yourself a nice boat here. You put, a couple grand into fixing it up. You got something that's good. Awesome. But there's a lot more that comes into play. Like this job right here, you're not going to damage anything that's in danger. You can pull them off under the water, but how are you going to pull that thing into the water in the first place? Or are you going to try to trailer it or something? I don't know. Terry, hey, man, understood. Sorry to hear that, man, but appreciate you hopping on with us, and good luck to you. I hope the weather holds up a little bit better than it was earlier.
Yeah, you need one of those like portable cranes, like the biggest portable crane they make, like the one they use to pick up semi trucks when they have wrecks.
Yep. Yeah, it was a rough one, man. And the back and forth with it, where it was like it was lost, and he had to go through the heartbreak of it being lost, and the insurance claim, which is a double heartbreak. And then they found it, and you're like, oh, yes, I got my boat back. And then, just like the emotional back and forth sucks. We find stuff down here every now and then, and like they used to, they used to pay you money if you brought back like syringes and stuff that you found on the beach. I don't think they do that anymore. But like gold doubloons, there's been a number of stories. I think there's members of my family who have actually found gold doubloons, but you're not allowed. Like that belongs to the state of Texas. You have to turn it in, so it's not like you're allowed to keep it. So what would you do if you found a gold doubloon? I think that I would say that I would personally have to keep my hands on that one. Like,
yeah, I don't agree. I don't agree with it being the state's treasure myself. I mean, I
don't either.
I get where they can limit places or certain spots that people can't metal detect. Like, I don't know if you're allowed to metal detect down there, but
you are on some beaches, not all of them. I don't think you can do metal detecting on Pins, which is like the southern half of Padre Island.
Right.
Yeah, which, I mean, I think that's kind of how that conversation typically goes, because I can't imagine the majority of people finding gold doubloons are going to be turning them into the state of Texas.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, and so that's about the value of what you're looking at. Like with a sailboat like this, you know, I would imagine that boat would probably be worth $2,000. And so I'm not willing to invest $2,000 into it, you know, because that would be about value. That'd be my thought on it. And I also put weird value on things. Not to say my numbers are accurate in any kind of way. Yeah, so talking about that, so this is talking about boats. This conversation gets really, really interesting with some of these other ones. Treasure is one. You know, drugs is one of the ones we were talking about last time, which is a really interesting conversation. What are you going to do if you come across, you know, like what if you came across $7,000 worth of cocaine or something? What are you going to do about that other than just report it? Because I don't know that you can actually do anything with it. But like I said, the conversation gets more awkward and more strange the further you go into some of these. For example, talking about New Jersey, Michael, they found trains off the beach in New Jersey. They have no idea what the trains are doing there, how they got there, why they are there. And I don't know what anybody would do about that other than this is just part of the conversation of weird things you can find.
Yeah, about the only thing I think around here, weird, maybe cannonballs.
Yeah. We'll be getting to that one in just a moment.
But that's about the only thing I know of around here. People have found.
Yeah, what like
Arrows.
artifacts?
Yeah, we find arrowheads and often, but yeah, as far as treasure like that, I don't know.
Right, Philip.
Need a
video game.
Pop figurines.
Yeah, so we're talking about drugs. I mean, that's a different one. I mean, there's nothing. I wouldn't even flinch on that. Just turn that in. Who cares? That is, you're right. It's way too much of a headache to even mess with that. However, what would you do if you found? And so the interesting conversation we had going on last week or last time around, and I don't know. I think it's an interesting one. What are you going to do if you found $50 million on like on the beach? Like, let's say it's cash in a crate that you can fit in the bed of your truck. What are you going to do about that?
What's up, David Martin? That'd be his kind of luck. Find a big crate of money.
I don't know what you can even do with it. Like you can't spend it. Yeah, because we're talking like a huge amount of money, $50 million. You think that's life changing? Except that what are you gonna spend it on? Are you gonna go buy $100,000 Lamborghini? Like the IRS is gonna track you down on that and wonder, what you're doing. You have to launder the money. You have to clean it in order to spend it, and that's obviously goes right into like Breaking Bad territory. Yeah, and you can only see the tracks during full on low tide. It's part of the weirdest thing called the ghost tracks. Interesting. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have to look into that. That sounds like somebody needs to make a really awesome YouTube video about that if they haven't already.
For real.
You saying the drugs or the money, Peter? Which one's gonna have a GPS tracker on it?
Probably both.
Yeah, I mean, so like on the money one, that's kind of like that's where I kind of go with it. Like that thing's gonna get. I'm gonna build a basement. It's gonna get sitting. It's gonna sit in the basement, and it's gonna get doled out $2,000 a month for the eternity of my family. Like how many months is that? That's let me see.
Plenty of months.
Yeah, so that's 25,000 months. So that's a generational tab.
Yeah, no problem. They will have phased out cash by then.
Yeah. Well, you'll be selling it as antiques by that time around. Yes, so you could bleed like $2,000 a month. Like I think that could be done. I think that you could spend a couple $1,000s a month on a couple of POS trucks and sell those once every couple of months, and you could build up a little, like a car lot kind of a thing or something that you'd be filtering that money through. There's things you could do like that. But I mean, we're talking about like 25,000 months that you would be doing something like that for. There's no way you can spend $50 million without getting caught. That's going to be generational, and it's also going to have to be a generational secret.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a clue.
Yeah, I put extensive drunken thought into this.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. You're absolutely right. I would have my lawn mowed daily. Sometimes I wouldn't even have them mow it. I'd just have them come by to pick up the check for the day. Here's an interesting find that is now a thing, and that's pieces of SpaceX ships that are washing up. You can actually buy these on eBay.
Yeah, I'm good. If you're buying SpaceX pieces on eBay, you got more money than you know what to do with.
That's what I'm going to spend my $50 million on. Pieces of SpaceX ships.
Jeez.
I wouldn't mind having that. Like I would, if I found that piece right there, I would cut that thing into probably 1,000 little squares, and I would mount every single one of them on a plaque and sell those plaques for like $20.
Yeah. It's pretty well. I mean, I guess technically they're millions of dollars to put the rocket together, so I guess technically it's worth money.
Gotta be some kind of, it's space grade stuff thing. I don't know space stuff. That would make a great canopy or a boat hole. A space age gazebo. Peter's building a gazebo. Oh man, yeah. So my wife thought she found some of that on the beach one time too. I think it was a dog turd, but she thought she'd found ambergris in. Yeah. So what was yours? Because we thought the same thing. Rachel had it going in her mind. She thought she had found like pay dirt.
But it was a dog turd.
Yeah, pretty much. Something like that. A jellyfish or something. I don't remember.
Damn it.
U.S. can't legally sell it. However, I have friends in Japan. So there's a reason I keep everybody. I need people in multiple countries for laundering my SpaceX eBay money and my ambergris funds. See, you have value to me. So this is one we find in Texas because there's a bomb run on the backside of Padre Island that the military used to do their practice runs. We got a naval station over here, Air Force. And dude, we find bombs back there. My dad has found a couple of them. Him and his brothers used to go back up in there when they were kids and find them. And that's a thing that happens. Like, we're not the only ones. These aren't, I think that one on the bottom right is Florida. These other ones are like New Jersey. Like I said, we find them we have found them in Texas. Family members of mine have found them in Texas.
All right.
I think my 2 cents on this just reminds me of that scene in Joe Dirt when he finds the septic tank with the biohazard sticker on it and he tries to rob a bank with it.
Yeah.
Tells them all he thinks it's a bomb.
Tree sap.
Oh, wow. Hey, that's kind of a funny joke, actually. If you ever find 300 grams of tree sap, just go take it out to the beach. Make somebody's day. That does suck. Sorry to hear it. Sounds like a cool, find still, though. That's something I might put on the mantle.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I've seen a few videos of people doing the magnet fishing off the bridges and find bombs or grenades
and guns and stuff.
Yeah. So
there's a guy who does a channel where he restores that stuff that he finds, and he specializes in restoring revolvers and rifles and stuff that he finds.
Oh yeah, they find a bunch of guns.
That would be kind of neat. That'd be kind of cool. Just, I guess, sand it down, sandblast it or something. I don't know how you do that, but it'd be kind of neat to have something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not with these big bombs.
Wasn't too rusted up, if it still looked like decent shape, I guess.
Mm-hmm. How much CLR do you think it'd take to take that back to its natural beauty?
You're gonna need a sandblasted or something.
Yeah. Might have to invest a little bit of money in that. How about a giant Lego man?
Okay. Just washed up.
Yeah, they found this on the beach, just washed up. There was a couple of them. They found 2 of them.
Huh. What's the shirt say? Can't tell.
I think it says something like "No more real than you." No more real you are, something. It's a weird translation. I think they found out that this was part of some kind of advertising campaign for a company overseas or something.
Huh. Coca-Cola.
Still a unique find. That would be something I think should probably the way they treat things on Padre Island probably needs to get set up in the dunes and decorated by hippies. The Lego Mafia didn't weigh it down.
Yeah.
Does he have a giant Lego shark bite? Oh, that would have been funny if it was dressed like Quinn or Quint. Yeah, so sea glass. Where is it? There's a beach in California that's notorious for that. And we find that stuff here, but it's always it's not as refined because it doesn't spend as much time rolling around in the waves. And it's all just Dos Equis bottles and stuff like that have been broken.
Nice.
Yeah, so we get that one too down here on Padre Island, man. After there's a hurricane, the beachcombers are out in droves looking for all kinds of stuff. And we found, I say we, I had nothing to do with it, but down here they found a house, a piece of a house that washed up on St. Joe's Island. Oh Oh, I don't know. They find all kinds of weird stuff. I'm sure the weirdest stuff never even gets reported. It just makes its way home.
Yeah. Yeah, because if it's something that the state thinks belongs to them, they're going to take it.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the whole, the whole thing. You're out there on your little adventure looking for your treasure, and you find whatever the thing is. We found weird like liquor bottles and stuff, like from I think we found like a liquor bottle from Kuwait one time. It's kind of cool. I don't remember what else. There's always some interesting thing that you find out there. Ah, that's cool. Kind of like I'm kind of, what would be kind of neat is just to take one of those tumblers and put some sand in there and just throw some really cool pieces of glass, heart-shaped glass or whatever, and run it through there, and then just go out and plant them at the beach just so people can find them. I know that's probably littering or whatever, but man, you would make somebody's day.
Right. Yeah,
that's all of those that I got.
Stanley gonna litter.
Well, I'm trying to make people happy, right? I mean, that's okay. If I put like 12 pieces of sea glass that I made just for fun, just to try to make somebody's day, that's a nice thing. That's like, it's littering if you put a message in a bottle and drop that offshore, right? That's littering, but you're making somebody's day.
100%, yeah. It's kind of like a white lie, it's okay.
Yeah, it's a story for them because it's going to be a tourist from some out of town place. They're coming down to the beach. It's an adventure. I want them to have a memory of it. It's glass. It's not plastic. Am I wrong on that, chat? Let me know. Should I do that, or is that like no, I'm littering and a terrible person? Am I being a horrible human being?
Had to check on John on see if he put anything on Facebook. He's having dinner at BJ's restaurant.
Is that the pizza place?
BJ's Restaurant and Brew House there in Corpus.
Yeah, he has good taste. BJ's good. I wonder if he's listening now while he's eating. He better be. Yeah, that would be something I'd be a little bit less, wanting to collect stuff from the beach at the Toki nuclear plant.
Right.
Just make sure there's a camera to capture the joy and excitement. Yeah, so I mean, if you could do that, that would be cool. I don't want to take the time or spend the effort into trying to do that. I just would like to imagine the face of the person who gets to find it, because I definitely don't want to sit out there all day trying to wait for someone to find it just so that I could film it and watch them pick it up and go litter bugs and throw it in the trash. Break my heart spending all that time and energy and effort into a project like that.
Mm-hmm. Terrible.
What's the video going to be about, Pickerel? Oh, are you filming it, or are you editing it, or is that just like a one-day turnaround for you? I'm envious of that if that's the case.
Right.
Oh, that's not a bad idea. Plant them around me so that people walking by while I'm fishing find them and maybe we catch it on camera. I'm not trying to figure out a way to capitalize on it. I honestly and genuinely was, my idea was to put them out there for people to find for their own personal enjoyment and satisfaction. but I appreciate where your head is at on this. Like that would be a way of capturing it on camera without making it a, you know, too self-serving.
Right.
Filming multi-species creek fishing. Good luck to you on that. And feel free, let us know in the Discord server whenever you get that thing out. I'd love to see it. I want to make sure I don't miss it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we ended up going one evening out in the boat, and I caught one small bass not long after we got started fishing. I caught one small bass, and then I caught one bluegill, and that was it. It was slow.
That was that night? That same night?
Yeah.
Man, I went out yesterday, and I was... Damn, the phone is filming. I don't know how long it's been doing that. I went out yesterday and tried to do some fishing. I got that Jack Crevalle we were talking about earlier. And man, I was doing it right. I was doing everything hard, and I was doing live mullet. I was wading out into like neck deep water and fishing with it. And I got just destroyed by sharks, but they kept either breaking my line or cutting my bait in half, and I could not get a hook set on any one of them. Every single time I thought, man, I finally got this video so that I could finish it and I could get my hair cut. and then they kept breaking me off, and I'm like, oh, God, please, I just want a haircut.
Yeah, it sucks getting broke off for sure.
Like over and over again. A few days back, I absolutely crushed crappie in the rain. Of course, it's the one day I don't got my camera. Did get the pics though. Hey, at least there's that. Kudos to you on that. But yeah, that's, I tell you what, that's something that I have to deal with. You know, when I'm out there filming constantly, I have this issue of like, I get overwhelmed with all the stuff going on in life. You know, if I'm going to go fishing, my wife and daughter have to go to work. They have to go to school. And so I have to get coffee. I make them shakes in the morning for like breakfast shakes. And I got to get them out the door on time so they can get to school, do their whole thing. It's this big, like just convoluted freaking mess every single morning. And then it's like I can sit down, enjoy a cup of coffee, take a break for a minute. Or what I actually need to do is get all my own camera gear and fishing stuff and get all that together and packed up and go out there first thing. And oftentimes what happens is like I just want to like grab a fishing rod and go fishing and screw the camera, or I only pack one battery because I'm just lazy. You know, I forget the mount or the tripod. I just feel like I'm not going to need it, and that ruins more fishing shots than anything else. It's just my, you know, I think I can do without all of the stuff, and I really need to have it because it's better to have it and not need it, you know? So been there, done that many times. You got to be diligent about it. Make sure you get it out there. If you're going to be a successful YouTuber, you've got to be diligent. You don't have to be fishing every single day, but you have to be totally prepared every single day that you do get out. That doesn't mean you can totally have days where you go fishing and you don't have to film. You get you days. There's nothing wrong with that. But on a day where you are dedicated to filming and you're going to do, and it doesn't even have to be about YouTube. It's about anything that any of us do. If you are dedicated to it, if you're going to set aside time in your life to accomplish a goal and do a thing, you got to stick to it and do it, you know?
True story.
I'll get off my soapbox now.
I like it.
I want to get into motivational speaking.
There you go.
Turnaround between filming and video release is very long. I'm trying to get back to one video a week. Dude, I am too. Actually, that's something that I would really like to get around to. I want to do that. But priority number one is quality. I want to make sure I'm putting out a good video. I want to make sure that it's, you know, something that I can be proud of. Like if I don't even know, like I want every single video, if you were to go to my channel and look at the last video I made, I want you to be like, yeah, that's cool. I don't care how many views it has. I don't care if it's been a month. at least that very last one is really, really good. Something I can be proud of. Dude, I'm right now. I'm literally physically editing a video that I filmed in October. That's
wow.
But it sucks having to do that. But I mean, I had to wait. I could not edit it back then. I went through some hurdles on it, but it was a good video. I'm gonna finish it. I just got to get some stuff together. A haircut. I need a haircut for it.
Okay.
Being bowed up by that damn camera issue. Been there. I got like 6 backup batteries. That's one of those ones where I'm like, I don't think I've never had a dead battery issue without being okay with it being an issue, because it was just like, I'm going to let it be an issue. I'm going to film, and then I'm giving myself the afternoon off. So it's kind of like a forced break.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely, and you know, you got the camera jinx as well. So there's that.
True. Can't get away from that sometimes. That's just how it goes. Nice. Hey, happy birthday to your dad, man.
Yep. Happy birthday, Leo.
Yeah, been there before. I think I did. I had a sheep's head day earlier this year. I was kind of proud of it. I wasn't filming. I just needed a day just to fish, screw filming. It was a me day.
Sounds good.
Yeah, right. Is that rock bottom? A broken SD card?
No, I've had some SD card issues over the years for sure.
I had a camera go overboard. That hurt. Been there before too.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can. That's just one of those life things. That's just serendipity. It's not even funny. He's got like a little laughing, but there's nothing funny about that. It just brings up bad memories. Speaking of bad memories, what do you say? Screw that. Let's look at some photos of good memories.
Let's do it.
We got a few this week because we took last week off, and man, we chose the wrong week to do that, because on Mother's Day, it looks like every single person and their mother decided it was the time to get the fishing done. These are our photographs of the week. These are brought to you by the premier fishing and hunting Discord server. If you are not a member, you need to jump in there right now, this minute. There is a link in the description down below, because it is the most amazing and wonderful thing you will ever see in your life, and we want to share your experiences vicariously with you. Kicking things off, we've got those guys who got outdoors and just enjoyed a little fresh air with, of course, starting Wild Japan. He just does it like none other.
Killing it. Man, it's
all over the place. Dude, those springs on the left, that reminds me of Michigan.
Okay. Yeah, Japan is just beautiful, man. It really is.
You should be targeting, like seriously, with your channel and the work that you do, you should be targeting the tourism people of Japan for sponsorship.
Heck yeah. Yeah, if they like foreign people to come to Japan, I don't know. Maybe they don't.
I know that's one of the things we were looking at with the Discovery Channel. I was talking about doing a thing with those guys, and the very first thing they said is like working on Padre Island, the prospect of having the state of Texas tourism board, whoever that is, pay for like a pilot episode. Huge thing. You got them all excited. Like you could fund the first episode of the entire series with just that.
Nice.
Apparently, it's a common thing to do.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. So obviously that's the first thing they look at is they look at your subscriber counts, but I'll tell you right now, you can walk that conversation beyond that. It's about the value that you provide. And the value that you provide, the first and easiest thing is, of course, your subscriber count. But it's not the only thing you provide. If you are constantly touring all over the place, kind of like what you do, and you're providing good video content, and you're providing context and information on the different places that you're going, if you're providing it to a new audience who doesn't, who they are not able to reach, i.e. an American English speaking audience, that value of a value of a couple hundred subscribers is so like if it's that niche, it's super valuable. It's something that they have a hard time targeting themselves. There can be different options on that, but don't limit yourself with a subscriber count. That is not the only thing that makes you valuable. It's just one thing that is a very easy metric to judge by. Don't think it's your only thing.
Yeah, and I don't think most Americans know how beautiful Japan is.
I agree. I agree.
I think you could show a lot of people.
Yeah. I personally, I'll double down on that and say that I find a lot of value in learning about this stuff from an expat. Like, it gives me a personality that I tend to associate with more, like I have some obvious like foundational ties in being from like the same country or whatever, being the same language speaking and everything. You'll have ties to a creator based on these connections that you see, and it makes you more valuable to like that subset demographic.
Right, definitely. What's up, Monica and Mark?
What's up, guys?
Yeah, beautiful pictures. Wild Japan.
There you go, man. There you go. Speaking of which, Wild Japan. So he went and hung out with a bunch of famous YouTubers the other day. Who you got here? We need to all go and like bomb their videos talking about Wild Japan, like having introduced us to them, built him up.
Definitely.
In fact, I'm going to make a whole campaign on this. What, dude? Dylan, I want to know the channels, and we're going to make a concerted effort. Like, we're going to have a thing in the Premier Fishing server. I want everybody to raid and bombard their channels with your name. I'm going to make that a campaign that I want to do. And then next up, we've got everybody who just, everybody else who got outside, got themselves some fresh air, enjoyed some time on the water. A lot of pretty stuff going around. Dude, formal, right? That's what I'm saying. And this is like a good like reason for that. You know what I mean? It's not like it, again, it's not like self-serving. It's like, dude, let's do this for our boy Wild Japan. I think we need more like community movements like that. Let's make this the start of something fun. And of course, I had to slip one of mine in there because I finally had a pretty day after like 8 weeks of horror out on the island. 12-foot surf, 30-mile-an-hour winds, and seaweed.
Horrible.
God, it was so rough. I was at rock bottom. I can't get a haircut. I feel terrible out there.
There we go. I gotta give Farm all the Blue Ranch. He's been with us forever.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You got him.
Farmal, appreciate your wrench work in advance, sir. Thank you, and sorry for the time it took to get you one.
I got you. Beautiful fish, guys. Come on.
Dude, I think this might be a record for the amount of fish pictures that we went through this week. It was intense.
Yes, very nice.
I don't even have time for all of the jokes that need to be made about the bluegills over here on the right. What is that on the top right? That looks like a mini sheep's head.
Yeah,
Join the
I
club,
don't know.
Carmel.
I'm not sure what that is. Nothing I've caught, I don't think. The
I don't want to have anything to do with that guy. Although I bet he tastes good.
Yeah, the bluegill missing the top of his mouth.
Yeah, like a little piranha.
Definitely.
That's a tuatog, really? I didn't know that. So they're like a sheep's head then.
Huh. Yeah, I've never even heard of that. Never heard of that.
Yeah, I'm familiar with them, but I've never seen one like lip them like that before. Hey, Noah, dude, I don't even know what to say about you and the fishing that you're doing right now. You are absolutely like slaying it with those guys. Okay, so it's May. It's my understanding now that I need to be visiting you in May to get my sturgeon. So just know you're on my radar here, guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, dude, it's a northern cold water version of the sheep's head. That sounds good.
Huh.
I'm gonna have to get my hands on one of those guys then. I'm not even gonna go through names because everybody's got their pictures all across the board because so many freaking people posted so many pictures this week. So we're just gonna go through and admire and enjoy what was the biggest headache of my entire life, putting together a slideshow presentation.
Yeah, there was a bunch of pictures. Some good fish. Lots
Yep,
of
they got them pearly whites. That's what I'm saying. Yes, I need myself a huge sturgeon and a pair of overalls to catch it in.
Shirtless.
We love that mangrove, dude.
Shirtless and hatless and some overalls.
Yeah, I need like a Lone Star beer, and like I don't know, I need like what is it, like a Calvin pissing on something tattoo?
There you go. Pissing on forward.
Oh, yeah. I do that sometimes. It's kind of a pain. It's kind of a pain doing it.
Yep.
All over the board. And we got several of these guys you see with the rulers up here. We got several people. There's probably 3 or 4 people that I got to add to the Wall of Fame. I hear you guys. I know. I see you screaming at me. I'm going to get it done. I promise. I spent like 6 hours on this slideshow today. Okay, so I promise I'll get to you. I got to get this done first.
Some big carp.
Stud. And that's Pickles in the bottom right corner with the smallest fish of his entire life. Okay. Iowa fisherman. I think he probably fished like every single day last week.
Very nice. Nice variety.
Oh, yeah. And then cold water, top left corner up there, caught a bullhead on a spinner.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Yo, when we were in Michigan, what's his name? Hall and Ash did that to me. We were trolling those lures at 40 feet for walleye, and we caught a couple of catfish doing that.
Yeah, they were some nice channel cats.
Yeah.
We ate them. They tasted good.
Yeah. It was a good night. Carlos he's going after flatheads. I presume that's his girlfriend. Hi there, Carlos's girlfriend. Awesome catches.
Cool fish.
Yeah, Marlon, I'm envious. I'm assuming that's a saw guy. I don't know the difference between walleye and saw guy, but whatever that is, beautiful and a heck of a catch.
Mm-hmm.
And of course that flathead. Want me one of those. And we got Iowa Fisherman. That is he's our moderator in the server, Gunpoint Llama. Again, just absolutely tearing it up from dusk to dawn. You can see how his pictures progress into nighttime. Lizard guy with a nice bluefish. Saw guy. That's what I thought. I thought it was a saw guy. Yeah, I mean, basically it is. It's a walleye. It's just a, different color variant, slightly different. I don't know, fins. I don't even know what the differences are. But I know we have saw guy here in Texas, just up north.
Yeah, we probably got him in the river.
Let me see. Moni, if that's the case, Moni. Let me see. Hey, Grant, while you're there, would you mind making everything else Moni? Would you mind making that a moderator channel for her?
Yeah, I can switch back over.
Appreciate it. I don't have the option, or maybe I just don't know how to do it. Entirely possible. I don't know how to do it like right in front of me here. Not as quick as you.
I got it.
Next up, a few more guys getting all their stuff out there, and an interesting one. We got Ben, who he's on an interesting kick this year, tearing it up with a crab boil out there in East Texas. He's getting his Louisiana on.
Yeah, I'd like to have some fresh crabs. That sounds good, man.
Dude, he's making me hungry with that.
I like some seafood.
That looks good. Hey, I'll tell you what, I think it's August down here. Just if you're ever interested, you want a crab and weekend in August, we tear them up like this. You have to let a lot of them go because that's when they're breeding. But
right.
We can still go get like a ton of big crabs. Have a boil. Yeah, doesn't it though? That does look good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I seen a commercial for somewhere that just opened up, but it's like all you can eat seafood for like $150 a person. But man, I would never eat $150 worth of food, but golly,
I could do that. I could eat $150 worth of seafood.
Gosh, man, it looked good.
I don't want to pay that. I am frugal. I'm not trying to argue that point. But if I had to pay $150 for a seafood meal, I would eat well more than $150 worth of seafood out of spite.
Right.
out of just trying to prove a point. Yeah, that's a Tuatog we were talking about a little while ago, that on the bottom right there. So it is. It looks pretty similar to, actually in hindsight, it looks pretty similar to a sheepshead. Darker coloration, but, similar body style.
Yeah.
Oh, I absolutely guarantee I could pack away $150 worth of seafood. Like, I am not even kidding around, dude. I would starve myself for 3 days. I'd go work out. I'd go swimming, go to the gym. It'd be like watching a Rocky movie with that soundtrack playing while it's like getting ready for Stanley to go eat some seafood.
Mm. Mm.
Mike been rubbing it in, by the way, with them stripers. I think he got himself like a 44-inch striper. He got it like back to back, like 35, 37, 39, 40, 44-inch stripers.
Very nice. Very nice. Nice crappie there, too.
Oh, yeah. And the Tuatog, they got on the jig. That's right. Thanks for reminding me about that. That's weird. That's kind of like a live bait fish.
Yep. I hear you, Mark. We get a buffet and I'm full just off the salad bar.
Not gonna argue with that, dude. I would put in the time. I would put in the training. I would put in the work necessary to make sure that I accomplish that goal.
Some nice fish, pretty catfish, bass. What is that? In
Cold water, that is a stud bass, and I don't know what the hell that lure is doing to catch that fish, but that's not the kind of catching that I think I want to do. I don't think the fish is deserving of that. Oh yeah, no, and you definitely skip the salad bar. Absolutely. You go straight for the crab.
I'll have to remember that.
We might have to make that that perch and lure thing. Right? We might have to make that a little emoji in the server, I think. Okay, Fisher, he wasn't done the first time around. Species Seeker, I don't remember what that thing is called, but he got a ton of them. I don't even know what to say about that.
Some crazy looking fish.
Yeah, it looked like it tried to eat it, and then that lure had other plans. All I'm going to say about that. That lure looked like it wanted revenge. Look at it, dude. It's eyeing that fish like it's pissed off.
Oh, yeah. It hit the ass end of the lure.
Yeah, it did.
And then that front hook come around and hooked it in the belly.
Dude, that lure is doing things to that fish that I can't even say on YouTube without getting demonetized for. All I'm gonna say about that. Bottom right is a redfish. And Monica, if you guys ever want to get yourself into some redfish, dude, we need to set something up. Like you guys, Grant, John, everybody come down here in like November. I will get you guys on serious redfish. October, it could be like, I don't care, September, October, November, December, January. I think all those months we can do redfish. Big ones.
Very nice trout.
Mike getting in them with a few more of those bluefish, a few more stripers. And then kiwi, dude, kiwi.
Yeah.
Oh, you meant the one on the left? Oh, yeah. So that one, I don't know. I don't remember. He said it in the server. I don't remember what it's called. Open invite on the redfish, by the way. I can get on flounder, dude. I can do. I just don't like them. They taste not. They're just not as fun. It's not cool. It's a boomer fish. I can get flounder. It's a standing joke. He likes to rub it in that his flounder are always better than mine because I can hardly ever catch them. That's Michael here, by the way. So he's the one getting the bluefish and the stripers. And kiwi, dude, calm down, dude, with the mutated trout here. Pickle's doing his thing offshore.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, Michael, by the way, though, you ever want to get yourself into some redfish, man, that is the time. This is the place to do it. Come and join me down here that time of year, and I can get you. We'll get you into a 40 to a. I'm not going to say I can guarantee it, but I can tell you that given a month window, I can absolutely guarantee a 40 to 45 inch redfish for just about anybody. There's days where you get dozens of them. That's the whole thing. Is the weather window? If we don't get a weather window, there's not a lot I can do about it.
Yeah.
And G-Long, quit lipping sharks, dude.
So yeah, Monica, the heat is supposed to be 80s here. It's back and forth. We have the damn heat on at night and the air on during the day, basically. Yeah, we're supposed to be 87 Thursday.
Yeah, we're running about the same right now. It's actually really nice. Weather's been nice. October before November 10th, perfect time of year. We can make that happen. We should have a big party get together where, a bunch of us go and take up that whole hotel out on the island and just have a big old party out of it.
Will be sweet.
I am Sammy. Sammy won himself a tournament last weekend, getting himself into that. Congratulations on that, sir. Marlon, dude, you're tearing it up, man. Excellent catches.
Yeah.
Cold water again for like the umpteenth time, just absolutely destroying it.
Yep, killing it on the crappie.
Yep.
Nice turkey.
Turkey toucher, that's Tigers fan. So he had a nice catch a couple weeks ago, and he lost to a turkey in the final round of the Photographer of the Week thing. So he decided to go and get himself a turkey.
Heck yeah.
Emilio, heck of a catch, man. It's a good fish. Coors, keep doing what you're doing, dude. Those are some excellent catches, sir. Keep them coming. We need more of that. And then we got Chicago Matt, Coldwater, Big Hit Savage back on the scene, out there doing his thing and looking tough. Sir, welcome back. It's good to have you, man.
Wearing them out.
Yeah, he is. And he had plenty more like this that I just couldn't even. That's just it. I just couldn't even. I couldn't do it. My Jack from earlier we were talking about. We got Johnny and Finn out there enjoying a nice day on the water.
Definitely. Some pretty fish. So, did you eat the Jack?
No, you know what? I was in a really good mood. I was going to keep him for bait, and I thought, you know what? Like, I was having a really good day. I didn't want to mess with it. I didn't have any ice in the ice chest. I was like, dude, I'm going to let this one go.
Sweet.
I probably need to practice more letting go. So, I did it. Got him back on the water.
Cool.
Yeah, pound for pound, that is the best fighting fish in the ocean, in my opinion. It is. It felt nice. Like, I don't let many fish go. I'll eat anything, and I don't have enough fish in my freezer. I don't want to rectify that with jackfish. They're not that good eating. So I was okay letting them go. I had plenty of bait, and I was good to go. Now, after all that, it is time for us to add another face to our 2025 Wall of Fame. Our options this week are going to be Tigers fan with his turkey, Pickles with a snook, OK Fisher with that stud catfish, or Michael with that big time striper. Cast your vote in the chat right now. Let us know who you think needs to be added to the 2025 Wall of Fame.
Very nice. Very nice.
And I think we're going to be moving heavily into fish this year. Like, this summer's about to kick on. If everything that I'm seeing is right, we're going to be having a lot of bass. We're going to be having a lot of redfish. I think Pickles is going to be absolutely destroying snook for the rest of the year. To me, it comes down between, we got ourselves what is basically probably going to be the last turkey of the year. That is a stud snook, but it's not as big as the other snook that Pickles does have on the board. OK Fisher, I want to say that is probably, like, if it was on the board, it would probably be the biggest catfish that we have on the board. And Michael, that would probably be the biggest striper on the board. So that's kind of what I'm looking at with this. And I'm going to lean, I think I'm going to do Tigers fan on this one for that turkey. I think we could use one more turkey.
Yeah, that's what I've got. Some beautiful fish, though. Some beautiful pictures, indeed.
Yeah, it is. You would not go wrong by voting for any single one of these. Any one of them could be added to the board, and we would be all right with that. Let's see.
I think if I had to pick between the fish, though, I think that sea is it's pretty neat.
I think that's the one I would probably vote for. Nothing against our guy Pickles. That is a stud snook. I am totally envious of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it's that striper is the one that I would want added to the board if that was
Pickles had a funnel, like a water spout in the background over his right shoulder, or a lightning strike or something like that.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
No, good job, guys. Thanks for posting your pictures. Ha ha ha, Monica.
Got about 30 more seconds here, guys. We're going to tally them up. Cast your votes now or forever hold your peace. You're going to go for Tigers Fan, the ultimate premier fishing and hunting turkey. Pickles with an absolute stud snook. Michael with that big-time striper, or the OK Fisher with the biggest catfish on the board. Who gets added to the Wall of Fame? 10 more seconds.
I guess we'll allow Monica the 2 votes since she did one for
What are you talking about, Monty? John's not even here today.
She voted once on each channel that she owns, so.
So you hear that? What you guys, so here, I'm going to go big on this one, and then we're going to announce the winner here. So here's the deal. How can I do it? There it is right there. Here's the deal. You have somebody like Monica who has her fishing channel and she has her arts channel. She is in here as a moderator, jumping in. She's sharing channels and she is casting her vote. You need to be subscribed to her channels and you need to be leaving comments on her videos and dropping by and saying hi, because that is an automatic 2 votes for you if you win her over every week. And all it costs you is a couple of subscriptions to 2 amazing channels, and it costs you a couple of comments, watching a couple of videos. If you don't enjoy them, and I'm not going to say that you wouldn't enjoy them, but if you didn't, worst case scenario, that's the cost of winning yourself onto the board a few more. Just saying, PSA, you need to be checking out, you need to subscribe to Tia Moni Arts and Tia Moni's fishing channel. Check them out. That's my thing for the day. Now, it is time for us to name a winner. All the votes have been cast, and we have a winner. Congratulations, Tigers Fan. You got yourself a win this week, sir. Your turkey is on the board. Pickles, Michael, OK Fisher, guys, thank you so much for submitting these. You guys did a fantastic job. I absolutely guarantee you keep doing what you're doing, you will get on the board. We're going to get your pictures on there because the fishing and the hunting that you guys are doing is absolutely the best on the Discord platform, period, bar none, guys. Keep it up. Huge pat on the back to our waitlisters: Course 2, Kiwi, Cold Water, Species, Enthusiast, Big Hit Savage, PC Fun, Fiend, Gunpoint Llama, Marlon Woods, Noah, and Wild Japan. You guys are the freaking best in the world, and thank you so much for being a part of the server. We really appreciate having you guys. Grant, before we shut this thing down, dude, you got anything for us coming up before we get to see each other again next Tuesday?
I'll say everybody have a great week.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Go and have yourself a wonderful weekend. Go out there, get yourself some amazing catches. We're going to do this all over again next Tuesday, and it's not going to be as big, so you're going to get yourself a lot of opportunity to get yourself a win on that board. Go check out Monica's channels. She is absolutely deserving of it. I promise you are not going to be disappointed with the content that you get. Have a wonderful week. Enjoy your night. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us tonight, and we will see you again next Tuesday. Good night, guys.